Man, listen, James. Let me explain something to you, bro. I lost mad respect for you because I used to have mad respect for you. Drake is beefing with Kendrick Lamar as we speak. I have not heard this. The first time Drake got into some shit and I ain't hear you say shit to Kendrick Lamar now. Why do you think that you could tell us what we can and cannot say, my nigga? Control your nigga.
As Jay Prince, over the years, the decades of doing whatever he's doing, he's been having a way of brainwashing people.
Oh, yeah?
To thinking he's doing one thing when he really up to a next.
James, last question. Do you like You Not Like Us?
Drake has been hit with some wild shots in the past, but nothing compares to what's happening right now. For over a decade, he stood tall with an aura of invincibility, untouchable in rap battles, and shielded by one man, Jay Prince, the Houston mogul who many believed was Drake's secret weapon. But suddenly that shield looks gone. Jay Prince has gone silent at the exact moment Drake is under the heaviest fire of his career, and fans are starting to wonder if the legendary bond between them is broken for good. For years, Drake proudly bragged about his Houston ties. He wasn't just another rapper from Toronto, he had heavyweight backing from the South, and Jay Prince wasn't some casual friend, he was Drake's so-called other daddy, the man who played fixer, protector, and mentor all rolled into one. Whenever Drake found himself in messy rap beefs or industry drama, Jay Prince was the voice who stepped in, calmed the waters, and reminded everyone who was really pulling strings behind the scenes. From squashing feuds with Kanye to checking NBA YoungBoy to even addressing Diddy after that infamous slap, Jay Prince wasn't just watching Drake's back, he was guarding a gold mine. But right now, that silence from Houston is louder than any diss track. Kendrick Lamar has been dismantling Drake piece by piece, and fans can't help but notice. Jay Prince, the man who always jumped into the fire, hasn't said a single word. It's like watching a boxer step into the ring without gloves, swinging wild, no one in his corner. And people are starting to whisper, did Drake lose Jay Prince? To understand how big this is, you need to know the history. Jay Prince isn't just any industry figure. Back in the 80s, he built Rap-A-Lot Records, putting Houston rap on the map with legends like the Gato Boys, Scarface, and Bushwick Bill. His reputation wasn't just about business, some saw him as a respected OG, others whispered about intimidation tactics, but everyone agreed he had power. By the 2000s, that influence extended far beyond Houston, and when his son Jazz Prince discovered Drake on MySpace in 2006, that's when the empire shifted forever. At first, even Lil Wayne wasn't sold on Drake. He was just another hungry kid from Canada trying to make waves. But Jazz Prince wouldn't let up. He sent Wayne Drake's music, he played middleman, and eventually Wayne gave Drake a shot. Drake himself rapped about it later, how Wayne called him, flew him to Houston, and the next thing you know, they made a 17-track mixtape that almost snagged a Grammy. Behind the scenes, Jay Prince and his family were instrumental in delivering Drake to Young Money. From that moment on, Drake's loyalty to Houston and to Jay Prince was unquestionable, and that loyalty wasn't one-sided. Jay Prince acted like Drake's armor. Remember the Pusha T beef in 2018? Drake wanted to clap back with what insiders called a career-ending diss, but Jay Prince stepped in, calling it off. He told the world Drake had a nuke ready to drop, but out of respect, he advised him not to release it. Fans weren't sure if that was really respect or straight up authority, but either way Drake listened. Fast forward to 2021, and the same pattern repeated. Drake and Kanye were at each other's throats, trading jabs in music and online. Then out of nowhere, Jay Prince arranged a sit-down at Rothko Chapel in Houston. The photo of Drake and Kanye together looked like history in the making, but many said Kanye's body language looked off, stiff, uncomfortable, almost like a hostage tape. The piece didn't last long, but Jay Prince had proved once again, when he spoke, even the biggest names moved. That's why this moment right now feels so shocking. Kendrick Lamar has gone scorched earth on Drake with tracks like Euphoria and Not Like Us. And for the first time in history, Jay Prince is nowhere to be found. Not on Instagram, not in interviews, not issuing those fatherly warnings he's famous for. Just silence. And that silence is shaking the industry. Fans are connecting the dots. They believe the only reason Kendrick's roasting is hitting so hard is because Drake doesn't have Jay Prince running interference anymore. Think about it. If Jay Prince was still all in, would Kendrick really be clowning Drake this brutally with zero pushback? Probably not. So what happened? Why step back now? The whispers are messy. Some claim Drake double-crossed the man who built him up. Others think Jay Prince simply doesn't want smoke with Kendrick, especially after some of those bars started circling back to Houston. Rumors say Kendrick could expose some very dark secrets tied to the city, shady dealings, suspicious moves, even chatter about women being shuffled around for industry favors. One hotspot that keeps popping up is Area 29, a Houston nightclub allegedly tied to Jay Prince's son. Fans even point to cryptic bars about family matters in 29, claiming Kendrick was hinting that there's dirt waiting to surface. And then there's the tragedy of Takeoff's death in Houston. Ever since that night in November 2022, speculation has refused to die down. Jay Prince's son Jazz was reportedly responsible for hosting Migos while they were in town, and when Takeoff was killed, conspiracy theories exploded online. No evidence has ever linked Jay Prince to it, but the association stained his name in the eyes of some fans. Drake, who once toured with Migos and had close ties to them, stayed eerily quiet after Takeoff's death, and many noticed. Kendrick's diss lines about "your daddy killed he wannabe Jr." have fans convinced he was taking aim at Jazz Prince, implying connections people whisper about but never prove. That kind of bar is dangerous, and maybe that's why Jay Prince finally tapped out, because let's be real, Jay Prince built his reputation on strength, intimidation, and silence, but even he knows when someone might be holding nuclear-level secrets. If Kendrick really does have receipts tying Houston names to darker industry rumors, staying quiet isn't betrayal, it's survival. Still, the fallout is brutal for Drake. For years, critics said the only reason he stayed untouchable in rap beefs was because he had Houston muscle behind him. Without Jay Prince, Drake suddenly looks exposed. The memes are everywhere. Kendrick's lines are getting replayed on loop, while Drake's responses sound weaker with every track. Some fans are even saying that without Jay Prince stepping in, Drake doesn't know how to fight back. One viral comment put it perfectly. Drake without Jay Prince is just soft serve in a cone melting under pressure. And that's exactly how it looks. For the first time, Drake isn't the one controlling the narrative. Kendrick is. He's pacing the battle, pulling strings, making Drake look like he's flailing. Industry insiders are whispering that even some of Drake's allies are stepping back, not wanting to get caught in the crossfire if Kendrick decides to expose more dirt. The safety net is gone. This isn't just another rap beef. This is the first time Drake's aura of invincibility has truly cracked. With Jay Prince sitting silent in the background, it feels like Drake's been left alone on the battlefield bleeding while Kendrick dances circles around him. The internet is loving it. The industry is watching closely, and Jay Prince's silence, it speaks louder than any statement he could make. Because here's the truth, for years Drake was bulletproof, not because he was the toughest rapper, but because everyone knew who stood behind him. Now for the first time in his career, that protection looks gone, and Kendrick Lamar chose the perfect moment to strike. With precision bars, calculated timing, and a refusal to back down, he hasn't just attacked Drake, he stripped him of his armor. And the wildest part, Jay Prince didn't even say a word. So the question becomes, did Jay Prince really cut ties with Drake, or is he just lying low to protect himself? Fans are divided. Some say Jay Prince will never abandon the golden goose he helped raise. Others believe this silence is intentional, a clear message to Drake that he's on his own. Either way, the balance of power has shifted. Kendrick is standing tall like the undefeated champion, while Drake looks cornered for the first time in his career. Is this the end of an era? Has Drake's reign as the untouchable hitmaker finally cracked? Or will Jay Prince step back in at the last second and save his son one more time? Right now it doesn't look likely. And if he doesn't, Drake's empire might not just take a hit, it could collapse completely.